She's an icon, she's a legend, and she is the moment. Now come on now.
Welcome to another episode of Clean Your Dating Habits Up. It is your host, Arthur China T, Coach Erica, and we're here to learn how to properly date so that we do not bring old habits into new situations. Whatever we did before got us where we are today with no results, and we picked up speed only to crash and burn. Some of the habits and things that we learn from watching other couples, listening to the wrong peoples, sometimes even watching the wrong movies and listening to the wrong music is the reason why a lot of us don't know how to properly get things going in our dating life. And we always end up with the same results from a different man with a different name, a different face, and a different address. Sis, it's time that you clean those old habits up and replace them with new fixtures, with a new building that is ready for the general public to view. Right now, I'm over here in New Mexico. I had to come over here because, for one, I got an invite to a book club meeting for Never Date Just One Sis, the guide, as well as Play Your Position Sis. They wanted me to come here as a coach, so they did pay for the travel and do all of those things. And these are the things that I keep trying to tell y'all. Like, if you want one-on-one coaching, booking sessions, and to delve deeply into your dating life because you only listen to the videos, we can do that. Tonight is the night where I go to the book club. We're going to be talking about Never Date Just One and Play Your Position Sis. I'm going to be practically showing them how to use the guide since they are in the process of reading Play Your Position Sis. We're going to sit there and talk about dating as a whole in general. We're going to talk about some of their dating histories and what they're going through right now. Then we're going to shake it and shimmy it on up at that little after party at the bar up the street. Just so I can see some of the ladies in action. You know what I'm saying? So I can give them critiques on what they need to clean up in their dating habits if they want to properly date and if they want to learn how to roster date. So I'll be back home at the end of this week. I'm so excited. But for now, I want to make sure that you, sis, have started cleaning your dating habits up. All right, sis, let's talk about shifting your language. Because when it comes to roster dating, the words you use can either open doors for you or have these men slamming them shut in your face before the conversation even gets good. The way you communicate your desires and expectations is just as important as the expectations themselves. And sis, one of the biggest issues we keep running into isn't just how we're saying what we want. It's what we're calling the whole experience. Let me get real for a second. The moment you use the word change with a man, half the time he shuts down. Why? Because in his mind, you're trying to mold him into somebody he's not. He immediately thinks, she don't like how I am. And instead of leaning in to understand you, he pull away, get defensive, or act like you're doing too much. But truth be told, sis, you're not asking for a whole transformation. You're asking for a little adjustment, some light adapting, a mutual compromise that makes the connection work better between you and him. He doesn't see it yet, though. And don't even get me started on the word dating. Because I know never date just one, but the moment you tell somebody you're dating multiple people, baby, suddenly you're either not serious, doing too much, or they think everyone you're dating has access to your body just because you said the word date. Like that means sex. Nah, that's not where the power move comes in. Replacing dating with hanging out, that's lighter, that's intentional without being too heavy. And it also lets these dudes know how you're moving with options and keeping things cute and casual without the pressure of assumptions. Let's talk language shift, sis. Okay, let's get real, sis. When you tell a man, I need you to change with how you communicate with me, what he heard is, she don't like me as I am, I'm not good enough. Then he starts feeling like you're trying to run him, control him, or strip away his whole personality. But flip it a bit and say, I'd really appreciate it if you could adjust how you communicate with me so I feel more valued and understood. Now watch his energy shift. Instead of feeling attacked, he sees an opportunity to show up for you in a better way. And that's sometimes all some of these men need. Same thing when it comes to how he plans time with you. Telling him things like, you need to change how you plan dates. Sounds childish and like he's failing. But if you hit him with, I love it if you could adapt how you plan things so they can feel more aligned with what I enjoy. Now you're setting the standard without snatching his pride. It's the same message, but the delivery is different. It's way more digestible and way more effective. And now he's going to start learning things about you to keep you happy. Now, adjust, adapt, and compromise. Let's really walk through this because people be confusing this. Adjusting is about little tweaks that make a big difference. If he's the one-word text guy, but you thrive off deeper conversations, don't come at him with, you need to change how you text. Instead, say, I love when your messages are more detailed. It helps me feel more connected to you. You're not telling him to become a poet. You're just letting him know that a little more effort goes a long way. Adapting means recognizing your vibe and moving accordingly. If he's a night owl, but you love a sweet good morning text, don't hit him with, you need to change your routine. Try. It would mean a lot to me if you could adapt and send me a message earlier in the day. Those little check-ins make me smile. Got that? You got the difference? Now he sees it's not about changing who he is. It's about shifting how he shows up for you. And compromising, that's a sweet spot. Let's just say he's all about random adventures. But you prefer a solid plan, sis. Telling him things like, you need to stop being so last minute and start making real plans might make him feel stifled and like unappreciated. But saying, I love your spontaneous energy. I also feel secure when things are planned ahead. Can we find a balance? That makes him feel like you see him and want to work with him. You're not cutting off his freedom. You're showing him how to include you in the experience. It's very important that you show these men, sis, how to treat you. Why the word hanging out will be a game changer. Okay, now let's go back to dating versus hanging out. Because, sis, this right here is the major key. When you say I'm hanging out with a few different guys right now, it feels light, intentional, and neutral. Ain't nobody jumping to the conclusions about commitment to sex. You're not out there declaring love or dropping draws. You're simply letting folks know that you're getting to know people and enjoying their energy. You're exploring your options. You're collecting data. And baby, you're doing it on your own time. When you say dating, some men automatically think the following. You're locking in and looking for a relationship yesterday. Or you're sleeping with everybody and got no standards. Neither of those are true when you're moving with the roster like a queen. So say it with your chest. I'm hanging out with different men right now to see who aligns with me best. That one sentence clears the air really quickly. You will see. Now you're letting them know the following. You're not pressed to crown a king just yet and that quick. Just because they showed up doesn't mean they've been granted full access. And if they want more of your time, your energy, and your presence, they better come correct because this is an evaluation process. You can't be weeded out. Now, putting it all together, sis, the shift in your languages is going to be key to making your roster work. Here's how you flip the script to stay in your power. Instead of, I need you to change the way you treat me if you want to keep dating me, we're going to start saying things. If we're going to keep hanging out, I need you to adjust how you speak to me so I can feel respected and desired. See the difference? Instead of saying things like, I'm dating other people too, just so you know, you're going to say, I'm hanging out with different men to see who really matches my needs and my energy. Simple. Instead of saying things like, you need to change how you plan things, this casual approach isn't working. You're going to say, I'd appreciate it if you could adapt how you plan our time together. I love thoughtfulness and structure. It makes me feel seen and it makes me feel valued. Now, this shift matters because when every man on your roster hears language that feels open, respectful, non-threatening, it helps him understand how to move within your world. Saying you're hanging out keeps the vibe chill but still intentional. And asking for adjustments instead of changes, sis, makes you sound like a woman with standards, not a woman with demands. Now, I want to get real clear. Men who want to get to know you better, who want to be in your space, and who want a real shot to be in your life will appreciate the clarity. They'll recognize that you're not trying to change them, but you are showing them exactly how to stay in rotation and maybe even level up to the number one slot, the real spot that your men on your roster are waiting for. When your language feels like an invitation to grow, not a demand to bend, you'll find that men respond better, sis. They lean in, they listen, and more importantly, they reveal whether they are capable of growth or not. Some will rise to the occasion, some will weed themselves out because that's what they're supposed to, and that's exactly what we want them to do, sis. Your words are your filter, so use them wisely. Because of that, in this roster game, language will be your leverage, sis. It's how you keep control, keep your peace, and keep your roster functioning with clarity and class. When you replace change with adjusting, adapting, and compromising, you're creating a space where your desires are heard, not ignored. When your needs are respected, not dismissed. And that's how every man on your roster will know exactly how to move when it comes to you. You've got to speak up. You've got to learn how to teach them how to treat you if you want to be treated a certain way, sis. This is what we're doing to clean our old dating habits up to replace them with new. While we're lovers and we're women of feminine essence, we're still also teachers in everything that we do. So if we want people to treat us how we want them to treat us, we must treat ourselves, and then we must show them that so that they can follow along. Adapt, compromise, and adjust. Use those words instead of change. Change sounds negative to some men. Change sounds like you're trying to get rid of whoever they are. Compromise, adjust, and adapt makes it as if you're trying to receive them and what comes with them, but you're just trying to get it to align with who you are as a person and your needs and desires. Remember, dating is about your needs getting met, your energy being received and given back to you. It is not about you just going out there and saying, okay, I'm on a date tonight because I'm hungry. Y'all got to stop thinking like that. If you're trying to date for fun, do what you want to do, sis. But if you're dating for intentional, then you have to start speaking with intentions, hanging out with multiple men instead of saying dating. And what that's going to do is get people's mind off of thinking that you're just sleeping around just because you want to. When if you wanted to, you could. I will see you on Friday with Feminine Fridays. Enjoy your evening.